we're going to an interesting place now because your Washington Wizards have done it again. Tony's boys lost a team record-tying 16 games in a row for the third time in less than 11 months. Last night's loss by 38 at home to the Lakers leaves the Wizards at 6-41 on the season. Wizards GM Will Dawkins was clear in the preseason, he was, Tone, that the team is in the deconstruction and foundation-laying stage of a rebuild.
Yeah.
So, I know you must accept this futility as a necessary step in the process.
Yeah, let me find out from you the last time the Lakers went into a deconstruction mode and a 5 to 8 year rebuild. But the Yankees, the Dodgers, they don't know. That doesn't happen, does it? Okay, the Wizards stink. They are the worst team in the NBA.
Maybe ever.
I'm going to get to that.
Maybe.
Last night, they were down, let me get the numbers right, 78 to 45 at the half. At the half, at home, against the Lakers team where Anthony Davis didn't play and LeBron played 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay? They have these ridiculously lopsided losses all the time. They have the worst point differential in the league, and they're on pace maybe to have the worst point differential of all time. Okay? They have nobody right now per se to build around. They are
you
like
love Alex Sarr at this
he's
point?
Okay is as far as I'm going to go.
Right.
Okay. They're like the land of lost toys. Their two most well-known players, Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole, are likely to be traded for draft picks or scrap metal. They put a shoddy product out on the floor, and to my knowledge, they haven't lowered the ticket prices. And you have a guy who's engineering the rebuild, Michael Wingers, is going to take 5 years. Really?
Well,
really,
the Sixers did this.
Did they ever win?
The process.
Did they ever win, the Sixers?
No, they haven't even gotten to the
No, they didn't win. They haven't got right.
No, they haven't. Let me just say this. You don't have to do it this way because you don't need a 1, 2, or 3 pick to be great in today's NBA. If you get Victor Wembanyama, great. If you get Anthony Edwards, great.
He's not walking through that door because he already walked through the door.
He already walked through it.
Right.
But let me mention some people that other folks have, and they're either bordering great or have been great. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Sure.
Like 11 or 12 or whatever he was chosen.
Sure.
Joker. Second round. SGA, I believe 11. Jalen Brunson, second round. The Knicks are going to be a threat. They're going to be right there. Conference finals, very likely. Booker, been to the finals. I think he was 13th. Maxey, Kawhi Leonard, wearing a ring from Toronto. You have to draft smart and develop.
I will concede this, but I will concede that Houston, that Oklahoma City, and that Detroit, they look like it. But let me tell you, what about Charlotte? What about New Orleans? What about Utah? What about
New Orleans has a 1.
You're not guaranteed. The point is you're not guaranteed. And the guy overseeing this, I believe, when he was general manager of the Clippers, traded SGA, as you like to call him, for Paul George. How's that look now? How's that look today?
It doesn't look real good.
Not that real good, is it? Let's return to the Jimmy Butler saga.
You got one team. You got the Commanders, and the Nationals are pretty good.
Love the Nationals. Well, but
don't get greedy.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about this team. The Jimmy Butler saga. Recent reporting in The Athletic and Yahoo finds Steve Kerr and Steph Curry having reservations about Butler's fit in the Warriors' locker room. One word that has been used is combustion. Wilbon, do you understand Kerr's and Curry's reported concern about trading for Butler?
Yeah, I understand it. And much more than understanding that, I understand a little bit how they function. I feel fortunate to have been around the Warriors a lot in the last 10 years. And that group of men, and now Bob Myers, who I've worked with and still work with, and Bob was with that group, and even before Steve Kerr was with that group, Mark Jackson was, and the whole program, Tony, when you're talking about Kerr and Curry and Draymond, and we talked about Iguodala yesterday because he's going to get his jersey retired, and Klay Thompson, there's an intellect about them. There's a single-mindedness. Okay, what do we do for the team? They discuss, they chop it up. They have a sense of what is needed there. And so if they have any reservation, you got to listen to it. It doesn't mean they're always going to be right.
That's right.
But you got to listen to the feelings that they have and pay attention to the instincts that they have. I would think that Jimmy Butler could fit, but they know their room.
They are comporting themselves with a quiet dignity as they go about their business.
They do.
And Curry and Draymond Green have publicly said, we're not going to bust up this team. They don't want this guy. Look, I said this.
They
don't want him. I said this the other day. When you take Jimmy Butler, the player, you get Jimmy Butler, the person.
Yeah.
As a player, he has proven time and again he's great, especially in the playoffs. As a person, he's proven time and again that he can sabotage his own team if he doesn't get what he wants. To me, only a serious contender should take him because he's going to want a new contract. If he doesn't get it, you don't know how he's going to react. Is Golden State a serious contender? I don't believe they are. I don't believe they are, right? I mean, if you said to me that Dallas or Milwaukee or Phoenix or Cleveland was interested, but Golden State has too many steps to climb. I don't, and I think their instinct is right about this. I do. I think it's right.
Here's the thing. I don't think that Jimmy would sabotage Golden State because I know Jimmy Butler enough.
We sabotaged 2 or 3 other teams.
But this is Golden State. These are guys. These are peers. These are people he's been playing against his whole career. Jimmy Butler's not, he got electricity in his building.
He did this to Miami with Spoelstra and Riley.
Wait a minute. But he also got to the finals twice.
Yes. And then he decided.
But the guys on the court are not Curry and Green. Huh? I mean, he'd be playing with those guys.
Do you hear them say, go get him? Have you heard that?
Not publicly.
Oh, you've heard it privately?
No.
No. Okay.
I just think it'd be.
Let me know.
I keep thinking it'd be a good
Let's
place
take a break.
Man.
Coming up, how has Cooper Flagg's game changed throughout the season? We're going to ask Jay Billis.
We're also going to find out from him whether the Southeastern Conference, football conference, is only getting better at hoops as the season goes.
Let me go back to the Wizards. They wore the District of Columbia shirts last night.
Yeah.
I hate that when they do it. They tried to move out of the District of Columbia. They tried to go to Virginia.
Be careful.
They got